In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on December 3rd, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Fresno State versus Boise State. The Boise State Broncos play host to the Fresno State Bulldogs on Saturday with the Mountain West title on the line from Albertson Stadium. These two have already met once this season in Boise, with the Broncos coming away with the 20-point win back in October. Since then, though, the Bulldogs have reeled off 7 straight wins as they look for revenge in this one. The Broncos have 4 wins in a row coming into this one and would love nothing more than to secure the season sweep over the Bulldogs. This expects to be tighter than the first meeting, though the Bulldogs will need to bring it if they want to upset the Broncos. The Bulldogs are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 on turf and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 overall. Fresno State is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 conference games. Meanwhile, the Broncos are 6-1 against the spread in their last 8 conference games and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 at home. Boise State is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 in December. The Fresno State Bulldogs take on the Boise State Broncos in the Mountain West Championship game in Boise. The Broncos are undefeated in conference play and are working towards returning to their glory days of running the Mountain West Conference in the Chris Petersen era. Fresno State has been a solid program for decades and has only had losing seasons in 7 of the last 25 years, starting with the Pat Hill era. These are 2 powerhouses of the Mountain West, and both are playing for their spot in the Los Angeles Bowl. Both of these programs have well-rounded football teams this year. The Broncos average 30 points and 380 yards on offense and allow on average 17 points and 280 yards on defense. The Bulldogs average 30 points and 400 yards on offense and allow on average 21 points and 350 yards on defense. Reading the numbers says these teams are pretty even, with Boise State having the slight defensive edge and Fresno State has the slight offensive edge. At the time of the making of this video, the books are giving Boise State the traditional 3-point edge they give for home field advantage between evenly matched teams. Boise State has several key players listed as questionable for this game, and because these teams are so evenly matched, take the points in a close game. These teams are 5-5 against the spread in their last 10 meetings with each other. Take the points in a close game. So the Fresno State Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This game has all the makings of a back and forth battle between 2 evenly matched teams. Both teams average 30 points per game on offense, and both could easily score over 30 in this game. The total has gone over in 5 of Fresno State's last 6 games and 5 of Boise State's last 5 home games. The total in this game is set right around average for college football games and has moved almost 4 points towards the over since it opened at 50.5 points. This game should be an offensive battle between 2 Mountain West powerhouses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Purdue versus Michigan. The Michigan Wolverines take on the Purdue Boilermakers on Saturday night in the Big Ten Championship from Lucas Oil Stadium. These two didn't face each other this year and haven't played each other since back in 2017. For Purdue, a 3-game winning streak to close out the season helped them clinch the Big Ten West title, while the Wolverines bring their own unblemished record into Saturday night. With Purdue having not won in this series since 2009, they'll be hard-pressed to spring the upset in this version of the game as well. Michigan looks primed to contend in the college football playoff, but knows that it can't afford to let up in this one. Purdue is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 neutral site games and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games on turf. The over is 8-1 in Purdue's last 9 games following an against the spread win. Michigan is 4-1 against the spread in their last 6 conference games and 18-7 against the spread in their last 26 games overall. The over is 13-4 in Michigan's last 17 neutral site games. The favorite is 5-2 against the spread in these 2 teams' last 7 head-to-head meetings. The Wolverines should be sharp here even after beating Ohio State, since they likely need to win this game to make the college football playoff. Michigan would lose everything if they were to lose this game. They wouldn't win the Big Ten or likely make the playoff. Even though Purdue's defense played better at the end of the year against weaker competition, the Boilermakers struggled defensively most of the season. Michigan's strong offensive line should be able to control the game. McCarthy also threw downfield consistently for the first time this year against Ohio State last week. He will come in very confident for this game. Purdue's offense has been solid, but the Boilermakers have also struggled against better defenses such as Iowa, and Michigan will be the best defense this team sees this year. There's a possible letdown factor here for Michigan after upsetting Ohio State and kind of raising the ceiling for this season out of nowhere. However, this Michigan defense is arguably the best in the country, and that ground game seems to be getting stronger by the week. Purdue doesn't do anything particularly well despite being decent defensively, and the lack of playmakers on offense has me questioning how this team will score. It's a lot of points of a conference title game, but Michigan likely just ends up bullying Purdue. So the Michigan Wolverines to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Purdue offense is averaging 29 points per game with 280.7 passing yards per game and 125.8 rushing yards per game. The Purdue defense is giving up 23 points per game with 347.1 yards per game. The Michigan offense is averaging 40 points per game with 214.6 passing yards per game and 244.5 rushing yards per game. The Michigan defense is allowing 13 points per game and 262.2 yards per game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Clemson versus North Carolina. The number 9 Clemson Tigers will try to salvage what has been a disappointing season by their standards when they face the number 23 North Carolina Tar Heels in the Atlantic Coast Conference title game on Saturday night at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Clemson was officially eliminated from the college football playoff hunt when it was knocked off by South Carolina last week. North Carolina got off to a 9-1 start to the season before losing to Georgia Tech and North Carolina State in consecutive games. Clemson is 15-2 against the spread in their last 17 games in December and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 conference games, while the over is 6-1 in their last 7 games following an against the spread loss. North Carolina is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games following an against the spread loss and 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 neutral site games, while the over is 4-0 in their last 4 neutral site games. North Carolina has shown that they can win close games. They defeated Appalachian State, Georgia State, Miami, Duke, Virginia, and Wake Forest all by 1 possession. But their recent slide of back-to-back losses is a cause for concern. The Tar Heels do have the best quarterback and player in the conference, as May has been excellent. He is leading this team to one of the best passing attacks in the nation. Clemson's quarterback position is a lot murkier. Uiagalelei was woeful against South Carolina as he finished with less than 100 yards passing. The Clemson offense has not looked right all season long. The defense has been keeping their team in close games this year. But the offense for North Carolina is the best that Clemson will have faced this season. Against another good offense in South Carolina, Clemson struggled. They will do the same on Saturday night. I don't trust Uiagalelei, and he's going to struggle in this game. Drake May is going to have another big game, and that is going to be the difference here as North Carolina is going to find success here. I believe that the Tar Heels win this game outright, but will take the points to be safe. So the North Carolina Tar Heels to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. These teams have gone over the total in 5 of their last 7 head-to-head meetings, and I would be surprised if anything changes on Saturday afternoon. North Carolina has one of the top passing offenses in college football, but its defense has been giving up crooked numbers throughout the season. Clemson's offense has had some issues against elite defenses, but it has put up a ton of points on several occasions. The Tigers have gone over the total in 7 of their last 10 games, and a potential lack of motivation is going to show up defensively first and foremost. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.